What is up? Welcome to another SARUSHOW, the one day of the week where we talk about some sort of retro subject that we choose, you guys answer, and we talk about it here together. Last week we talked about the possibility of Capcom vs SNK 3 because there were talks between Capcom. There was a tweet stating that there was a possibility of a Capcom vs SNK 3. Tonight we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what you guys think of the possible revival of Capcom vs SNK 3. And we're going to talk about it. But first, let's go ahead and take a look and see who is in the chat. Welcome everybody. We see Corbin in Japan. Hello and welcome. Hope you're feeling better. Matthew Roach. Mackenzie is here. Gizmo. And Casimuse is also here. Randrick. And that is it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's show.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome. All right. Tonight, we have this charm pre-order thing here. This is a Chun-Li. Look at her. So cute. So cute and chibi. That's tonight's pre-order charm goal. You guys. Let's see here. I need Capcom vs SNK 3, but it must be with some beautiful 2D sprites. Do it, Capcom and SNK. Yeah, I would love that to happen. I would like that to be a possibility. Hopefully, that is the case if it does happen. But honestly, oh, Matthew Rob for the $20. He says, One non-Street Fighter 5 Chun-Li charm. Glad you didn't go with that awful design, says Matthew. I had to go with a classic design. Classic winning pose. Qué linda Chun-Li, Shangri-La. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenido. Dark Zone says, I would love another Capcom vs SNK. Love Capcom vs SNK 1 and 2. Yes, Capcom vs SNK 1 and 2. For a lot of people, it's funny because I'm a huge SNK fan. But Capcom vs SNK 2 is like up there with like my top favorite fighting games of all time. It's just so good and such a dream team of a game. I remember when the first Capcom vs SNK came out on Dreamcast, I was mind blown. Like I couldn't believe it. It was like, especially at that time, we're talking about like 1999, right? It was just one of those things that you never thought could ever happen in the history of ever, and it did. Because they were two very rival companies and, you know, doing the same thing. Making their bread and butter, making the same type of game. You know, SNK would always or Capcom would always put something out. SNK always had something to rival it. And it was that whole relationship.
So when it came out, everyone was like,
yeah, everyone was like, what the fuck is going on? Let's see here. Jackie Chan will always be the best Chun-Li. Very true. Capcom vs SNK 2, the best fighting game. Yeah, it's definitely up there in my top fighting games. I don't know a single person who says they like SNK fighters and can't stand Capcom fighters, and vice versa. If you love one, you will love the other. Usually that's the case. Like, I'm more of an SNK guy, but I love both. I have my Capcom favorites for sure, right? Like, everybody played Street Fighter 2. That's how all of this got started. The Street Fighter Alpha series was amazing. I absolutely love Street Fighter Alpha 2. I put so much time into Street Fighter Alpha 2. It was amazing. Let's see here. Capcom vs SNK 2 had the best fighting roster. It really did. It had so many characters in it from a bunch of different genres, or a bunch of different games. It was an awesome collection of characters. All right, so let's get into last week's question here. Last week we asked you guys, what do you think about the possibility, the possible revival of SNK versus Capcom? What characters would you like to see added if they made a new game? Let me correct that really quick. And the first one comes to us from... didn't leave a name, but number one says, I think maybe add some characters that were introduced in Street Fighter 4 through 6, like Luke, some characters from the upcoming Fatal Fury entry, Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, more Mega Man characters, etc. For an SNK vs. Capcom 2 or Capcom vs. SNK 3. Also, do you think you could see Street Fighter's new protagonist, Luke, could rival Rock Howard from Fatal Fury series, similar to Ken had been a rival to Terry? Very true. They do seem like, well, to me it seems like Luke is a way more cocky character, but they're definitely like in the same energy almost, right? Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm not sure who wrote that one, but very cool. Thank you very much. For anyone else, when you guys do the weekly question, make sure you throw in your YouTube username somewhere in there just so that we know who it is from. Alright, number 2 comes to us from Kitsune-sama. Kitsune-sama says, it is good. I would like to see it. Ah, that was Matthew Kelly. What's up, Matthew Kelly? Thank you for letting me know. Alright, number 1 was from Matthew Kelly. Number 2 comes to us from Kitsune-sama. Kitsune-sama says, it is good. I would like to see. I am not sure. Probably Dante from Devil May Cry. Interesting. Let's see. Number 3 didn't leave. Number 3 comes to us from Screw the Net. Screw the Net says all of them. Says Screw the Net, but just the X-Men characters from all of the Marvel fighting games and basically everyone from the Marvel vs. Capcom first and second games. At that point, it would be more of a Marvel vs. Capcom game, I think, more than Capcom vs. SNK. But interesting. Maybe he wants to see another Marvel vs. Capcom game happen. Edo Base, what's up? Welcome. Let's see. Number 4 didn't leave a name. Number 4 says roll. Hey, perfectly good Capcom character that could use some love. Why not all? Marvel vs. Capcom vs. SNK versus Mortal Kombat. Yeah, versus all the things.
You know, it's funny. Talking about
At that point, it's Mugen.
Chun-Li. When I was younger, I used to say Chun-Li. Chun-Li.
Like Chun-King?
Yeah, Chung and then Li. L-E-E. I don't know why.
I think a lot. I've heard it before. I've heard people say Chung-Li before.
And then
I think it's just the...
I grew up, I'm like, oh, I was saying it wrong the whole time. The whole time.
Yeah, I think I've heard people say it that way.
Actually,
everyone's been saying it wrong because it's actually Chun-Li.
Chun-Li.
But, you know, everyone said it Chun-Li. I said it Chun-Li.
Chunk-Li.
Chunk-Li. What's up, Radrick?
What's up, Alucard?
Alucard, welcome. Julianette says, smash the like button and subscribe. 15 watchers should equal to 15 likes on the video. Thank you, Screw the Net. Let's see here. Alucard says, I didn't know there were talks about a new Capcom vs. SNK. There was a tweet. People were like, what? Like,
what?
Yep. People were like, mind blown. It would be cool, right? It'll be really cool to see a new one. So that's why we're talking about it today, just because there was a tweet about it and people were losing their minds. People were losing their minds, you guys. Chong-Li, says GT Beakerman. What's up, Beakerman? Welcome. Chong-Li. All right, let's see here. Next one. Speaking of Beakerman, next one comes to us from GT Megaforce. He says, yeah, I'm all for it. They should add Magician Lord and Bionic Commando. That would be so cool, right? If they had like 80k characters in there. That would be awesome. Like, Hanzo and Fuma would be cool also. If they were going to throw in 80k characters. I think those two would be cool. They're pretty much the Ryu and Ken of the World Heroes franchise.
What's up, Scruffy?
Scruffy, welcome! He says, hey boys, Guile is my favorite. Very cool. CBS says, lol, Chong-Li from Bloodsport. Very cool. Alright, let's see here. Next one comes to us from Cybergirl007. Cybergirl says, it would give it a 50-50 chance. I would say the main character from the DS game Ghost Trick.
She almost lost her breath there.
What is Ghost Trick? I know. That was so long. Hey, at least you got an answer. Last week she said none. Ghost Trick. I wonder what that is. I'm not familiar with that one. Is that a Capcom game? I'm gonna assume it is. I don't know. Magician Lord would be cool with different transformations, right? That would be cool. That would be sweet.
Cybergirl.
Oh yeah, speaking of Cybergirl, she sent these like cool Kirby things. They're like little Kirby pouches. So thank you, Cybergirl. I'm keeping both of them because they're Kirby. Let's see here. It's a very expensive game on DS. That Cybergirl answer is longer than Merox's. Some Cadillacs and Dinosaurs characters, Senor. Last Blade characters. Oh, Last Blade characters. There was at least more Last Blade characters, right? Because I think, who was the Last Blade character that was in it? Wasn't there the one girl? Hibiki? Was Hibiki in it in part 2? I want to say she was.
Hibiki.
I think. I don't remember. I want to say it was Hibiki. The one girl. Hibiki. La mia waifu Hibiki. I wonder why just Hibiki. She was like some like random character from part 2. And they were like, hey, you know what would be a good idea? Let's put this bitch in there. Okay. Seems so random that Hibiki was in there. And not Kaede. Like, why wasn't Kaede in the game at all? I don't understand that. I do not understand at all. Let's see here. Number 7 comes to us from Mackenzie. Mackenzie says, if we see a revival of Capcom vs. SNK, that will be awesome. My choices of characters are all Capcom characters, so I'll pick Felicia, Jill Valentine, Claire Redfield, Beautiful Joe, X, Zero, and Axel from the Mega Man X games would be solid inclusions as well. But Felicia is my favorite and first most highly request for well reasons, of course. Sorry, no Monster Hunter characters are allowed, lol. That's all I can think of for now. Catch y'all soon, says Mackenzie. Yeah, man. Beautiful Joe would be a cool character to see in the Capcom vs SNK 3. Zero and Axel and all them would be cool. And yeah, more Darkstalkers would definitely be cool. I think Morrigan is the only one, right? Is Morrigan like the only Darkstalkers character that's in the whole game? And her sprite's like drawn all jank too, because that was like the first game that like Capcom drew in that like 2D animated pixel style like it was, and then all the games started following suit, right? Like Street Fighter Alpha 2. But like all the sprites look nice and clean, and hers kind of looks a bit jank because they didn't update it for the game. That was one thing I was disappointed, is the Morrigan sprite. I feel like the Morrigan sprite, while really nicely drawn and great, could have used a little touch up to match the other characters in the game. Let's see here. Rumel says, been a Capcom and SNK fan since the 90s, and I've been waiting for Capcom vs SNK 3 or SVC Chaos 2 since the mid-late 2000s. Really hope CVS 3 happens before this whole fighting game renaissance is over. Yeah, me too. The fact that they would even mention it in the tweet is a good thing, right? Because they wouldn't be like, oh yeah, we're thinking about it, you know, and then not do anything about it. So hopefully this is something that will happen. We're hoping. Let's see here. See, 2D sprites just look beautiful and age like a fine wine. Something tells me that if they do make a new one, it's not going to be in 2D. Like, my hopes would be, obviously, I'm a big, like, 2D sprite guy. I like my games to be in 2D. Being a huge retro gamer, I absolutely love when games are painstakingly drawn in 2D, because I know it's like such a process. As someone who draws sprites as well, I understand how hard it would be to, especially fighting games. Characters require so many frames for fighting games that it can take months just to put one character sheet together. So I can understand them not going the sprite route. I can understand if they would go 3D. I would not prefer it. I would prefer hand-drawn 2D sprites because that's just what I like. But I could understand the move if they decided to go with 3D. Now, if they did go with 3D, I would really hate it if it looked like the new Street Fighter. I don't really like how the last two Street Fighters looked at all in 3D, or any of them. But Street Fighter 4, I got used to. Street Fighter 5, I just could not. I ended up buying it, hating it. I just couldn't get used to the look. To me, it just looked really, really gross. The characters looked horrible. I didn't like the style. And then the new one, to me, a lot of people are like, oh my god, it looks fantastic, it looks so great. I hate it. I am old-fashioned. I don't like it. I don't like the new style. Now, if it was, let's see. I was actually going to elaborate on that. Who was it? Inu Base says, just get Arc System Works to do the tough work. Yeah, for reals. So if they did it in a 3D fashion, like they did like Guilty Gear Strive or whatever, like in that 3D style, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, where it was like that 3D style that looked really 2D, I would be down for that. I would be 100% down for that. And honestly, I really had hoped that the last King of Fighters game looked more like that style instead of that like weird 3D style. Let's see here. The new King of Fighters is not too bad. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good. I think the character models look a lot better this time around than they did in the last one. But I still would have preferred it to look like the Guilty Gear games. Could you imagine? It would have looked so cool. I think it would have fit SNK really, really well. Let's see here. How many 2D fighting games are so expensive to make? Yeah, they are, Matthew. That's the thing too, and they're expensive to make because of the just the amount of man hours it takes, right, to do sprites. It just takes it's just a process that's really, really long. Capcom and SNK, I love both companies. Same here. I have favorites from both. How many dicks? Oh, DLCs. How many DLCs and Champion Arcade Super Hyper Mega Editions Capcom would do? I know, right? Like, that's just how it is. That's just Capcom's model now, too. You know, is if they can microtransaction on it, they certainly will. And you know that if they do at some point agree to work on a Capcom vs SNK 3, you know it's going to at least have season passes, right? But it would be better than nothing. But you know that's going to be the way it is. It's going to have season passes if it does happen. And at this point, I wouldn't even care. I'm not for DLC. I don't really like DLC unless it's free. Like with games like Melty Blood or King of Fighters, you got a lot of free DLC. And now a bunch of paid DLC, but whatever. It's just the way that most of these big companies start to work, right? They start doing these microtransactions. Let's see here. The new King of Fighters is not so bad. I love Guilty Gear's art style, says Matthew. Yeah, it looks really good. Mackenzie says, I'm getting Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite nightmares again. I know. God, what happened with that? That was such a mess. The collector's editions ended up going for so cheap, too, later on in time. Like, if you're one of those people who actually got it at GameStop for like $60 for like the super crazy collector's edition in the big box. A lot of people ended up getting those super cheap. Let's see here. Chun-Li in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was horrifying, says Mackenzie. That's hilarious. We all know you'll play SF6, Saru. Yeah. Probably not. Probably not. And if I do, it'll be way later. It took me forever to finally play Street Fighter V, and I didn't play it until Champion Edition came out. And then nothing was on the disc either. Like, everything had to be downloaded. It was like, I don't remember how many gigs of game you had to download. It's like, why did they even put this on? What is this disc for? This disc is like nothing. You had to download like the entire game. It was such a waste of a disc. And then when I finally played it, I hated it. I didn't like it. I thought all the characters looked disgusting. Let's see here. Rumel says, I'd like to see new rivalries with some characters that have never been in Capcom vs. SNK, SVC Chaos Example, Huajai versus Adon, Yashiro versus Urien, Ramon versus El Fuerte, Rick Stroud versus Dudley, Charlie / Guile versus Ralph / Clark. Wow, that would be cool, actually. That would be very cool to see. Those are all like counterpart characters. Really well thought out there. Especially the Charlie / Guile versus Ralph / Clark. That's really cool. All the army boys. Huajai, very interesting. Let's see here. I can't stand DLC or microtransactions these days. I will wait sometimes years for collector's editions to hopefully with all the DLC on the disc or cartridge. Sometimes that happens, like much later on in time they'll release whatever version with everything on it. I thought that's what I was buying when I bought the Street Fighter V Champion Edition. I was like, okay, this is going to be everything up until this point, right? Nope, it was not. You still had to download a bunch of shit. It's like, what a fucking waste. Why didn't they just put it all on the disc? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, Capcom? Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. Chun-Li has special legs and ass jiggle physics on Street Fighter 6. Let's see here. Guilty Gear style is bueno. The new King of Fighters. Okay, I'm caught up. Alright, next one here comes to us from... Who did I read? Mackenzie. Number 8 says Ryu from Breath of Fire, the protagonist from Breath of Fire. That would be interesting, right? To see like Breath of Fire characters in there. That would be cool. That would be interesting. All right, we're gonna check. Quick check to see if anyone else answered last week's question. We'll read it now. We didn't put next week's question up because next week we're not doing a show. We're doing a thing on Sunday. On Saturday, we're going out for Korean barbecue for Jesse's birthday. It's Jesse's birthday next week. His birthday is actually on Sunday, but we're gathering with friends on Saturday because that's just when everybody is available. Is on Saturday. So that's why Saturday we're not going to do a show. Sunday, though, he's going to do a stream because Sunday is his actual birthday. So he's doing a birthday stream on Sunday where he'll play whatever the hell he wants here on YouTube. So if you guys want to come and join us on Sunday, we'll be playing games and probably eating snacks or something.
Yes.
Yes, snacks. Jesse wants snacks. All you need is 2 characters in the roster for SNK vs. Capcom Revival. Mai and Chun-Li. Yeah, pretty much, right? And every character after that is inconsequential. Infuriating when they don't put the DLC on the disc, especially when there is more than enough space on the disc. I saw a tennis game on PS4 today, and the DLC is a voucher code, despite the game being only 8 gigabytes. Yeah, see, that's some bullshit. It's like, just fucking put it on the disc. I think because it's like, it's time. And time is money. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I think they're being cheap as shit when they do stuff like that. It's like, they're pushing out the bare minimum when they finally put something out. And it's really annoying. Give me a second. My eyeballs are tripping.
My eyeball.
My eyeballs! Alright, let's see here. Moving on. Next one comes to us from Corbin. Corbin in Japan says, yes! Not sure of the past rosters they've had, but a Resident Evil character would be cool if they don't have anyone up there yet. Maybe one of the robots from Cyberbots. That would be cool, right? Like, just have, like, Devilot or something in there randomly. Devilot and Jin in there. That would be fun. Super fun. Let's see here. Welcome, Sebastian. Mackenzie says, I think it's just to make more money. And what's happening over there? Huh?
There you go.
Because what?
Oh, this is old.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that. I did not realize. I think it's just to make more money and force people to buy the game brand new to get the extra content. Yeah. The voucher thing, yeah, for sure. What I hate, though, is when it's like, with, I think Street Fighter 5, it was like, it was on the disc and you put in the disc and then it's like, oh, you have to download 24 gigabytes of data or something. It was some crazy amount of data that had to be downloaded, possibly even more than 24 gigabytes. I don't remember. Some crazy amount. I was like, fuck this shit. Delete, uninstall, gave it away. Gave that shit away.
What's up, Sebastian?
To someone who might have appreciated it a lot more than I did. Alright, let's see here. Did we get any new ones?
Just one treasure.
Should we do Gachapon or something?
Yeah, I need the mouse.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I need the last one. Which one are you at right now?
I just read that one, so I need these two. Let's see here. Matthew says there is also the problem of on-disc DLC characters where you need to pay to unlock them. Capcom has done this before with SF4. Yeah, that's about some bullshit too, right? It's like the content's already there. They just want you to pay the money to get that content. Yeah, that's some shady shit too. I hate that shit. But unfortunately, that's the way it's going to go. Especially, I personally feel like we're in the last generation of physical games. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But that's just what I feel. I feel like this is going to be the last generation of physical games. Unless, like, Asia still has issues with, like, internet. Because that's another reason why a lot of games are always physical still. And why Asian regions, and thank you to all those Asian regions that have shitty internet, is that we get physical versions of games in the Asia region. Have you noticed that a lot of games that don't come out like to disc will still come out to disc or physical in certain Asian regions? The reason for that is the internet, right? If the internet sucks, people can't buy the game, so they put it out physical still. So I feel like once those issues are hashed out, we're not going to get physical games anymore. But I don't know. I still feel like this might be the last generation of physical games. All right. So there's the link for the Gachapon giveaway. Jesse just put that up, huh?
I pinned it.
And he pinned it up at the top as well. So make sure that you guys click on that. We've got a Gachapon machine miniature. His name is Gachakun. He is very cute. And there's lots of random things in there. Well, he looks kind of empty. Where are the balls?
Oh, it's all right here.
Okay, there's more balls of stuff.
I just won't put those in because every time I put these in, they all the same ones pop out.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right, let's see here. Mackenzie says, as much as love, I'm surprised they didn't put, I'm sorry, as much love, Capcom, I'm surprised they didn't put half of the Street Fighter games by code in Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection or that Capcom Fighting Game Collection. But Mega Man fans got screwed. I know, that's shitty, and that happened in both regions with the Mega Man, the Legacy Mega Man games. They, for some reason, only the first half came physical, and then the second half had to be downloaded. And the half that had to be downloaded, well, it makes sense, right? The half that had to be downloaded was bigger. It has to do with space. They're using probably like the bare minimum sized cards. That's what I'm guessing is happening with those kind of, especially like on the Nintendo Switch, right? They use those, the chips. They're cheaper if you get them in smaller sizes. So I get it, but it sucks. I don't like it. That's why I love Play Asia and other similar sites, says Ring Fit. Matthew says, plus Asian physical releases can also be in English. Yeah, a lot of the times they are, actually. A lot of the times they are in English. Man, when I lived in Australia, Play Asia was like my absolute go-to. I stopped buying games locally for the most part, except for like a few things. Like I bought something called Battle Fantasia because there was a physical version in Australia. And then I bought like a PSP that I paid way too much money for. And then whatever used games I could find, but that's pretty much it. Games were super, super expensive in Australia. So I used to buy everything from PlayAsia. I remember my very first batch of PlayAsia games was like BlazBlue, the King of Fighters, the one that was like completely like devoid of characters. What was it? 12? I think it was 12, I want to say. And then I bought some other game I remember, but I was super happy because they were all in English, right? They were all in English. They were just the Asian versions, but they had, you know, Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and English on them. Let's see here. Unless games become really cheap on digital for the consoles, I think physical will remain an option. The problem is have you seen a lot of digital games now? They're like asking for like premium amounts for these games. I'm like, how do they get away asking for this much? There's like no more manufacturing, there's no more printing, you know, there's no more distribution charges, there's no more packaging charges, and they're gonna charge like $5-10 less. In some cases it's not even it's actual price, and it's like, what the fuck, are these people mad? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. You would think that if you put something physical, you're cutting out a bunch of stuff, right? Like the manufacturing, the packaging, the distribution, the man hours that it takes to get all of this stuff wherever it needs to go. You think the game would be like half price digital, but no, it's not. It's like some games are coming out and it's like, oh, it's $50 for the download. It's like, what the fuck? Face, welcome. What we need is a Dead or Alive versus SNK game. Yes, and all the jiggle physics. Everyone would have jiggle physics. Of course. My King, Yuri, all of them. Even the girls who don't have things to jiggle would jiggle. Even the guys' pecs would jiggle. Everything would jiggle. It would just be jiggle versus jiggle. Let's see. Saru, I can't wait to remember which game, but what makes me laugh is some of the companies released a game in Japan with a case as a pre-order bonus, but not in North America. We got stickers. I was like, I want a case. That's the case. That's the case. That's the case for a lot of things, isn't it? I want to say, well, another thing I thought was stupid was when you go to the store and you buy a game and you buy a case and you open the case and there's a download code in it. It's like, what the fuck? Why even go through the trouble of printing these cases, getting these cases to places, and then you just put a fucking download code in it? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Butt jiggle, yes, everyone's butts would jiggle in that game. Everyone's. Let's see here. They also do deluxe editions to make it seem as it is like the physical edition. Yeah, I find that crazy. Welcome, Face. Mackenzie says, what drives me nuts is that buying games digitally is not enough. No, you need to pay now, or we will push people to subscription services like Game Pass or PS Now. Yeah. That's another thing too, right? Is everyone is doing like their subscription things. Or now, it's gonna be a thing where like it's gonna be released exclusively on those digital things. So once we start going all digital, these things are going to be like Netflix. They're gonna be like Disney Plus, where you can get a certain game only on PlayStation Plus or whatever, Xbox Live. You know, whatever Nintendo decides to do. God bless Nintendo, because I feel like everyone always cries about how Nintendo is behind the times, but I feel like Nintendo is still keeping physical here for us. So as long as Nintendo keeps staying a generation behind, we'll have another generation, at least another guaranteed generation of physical games. Because you know, if they do like a Switch Pro Plus Alpha LED OLED Super, whatever the hell they're gonna do with their next Switch, you know we're gonna have physical, because you know it's gonna be back, at least even if it's not backwards compatible. I still feel like we're gonna get physical carts for whatever new Nintendo product there is. So I feel like Nintendo at least will keep us back a generation when it comes to physical stuff. I feel like we'll still get physical stuff because Nintendo is behind on the times. And that's my hope. That's what I'm hoping for. Unibase says, you will own nothing and be happy. That's so true. Let's see here. Pokemon. Oh, those cases that say game card not included. Download code only. I hate those. What's the point? I would just stay home and buy it from the comfort of my couch. I know it's so stupid. It's like, here's us destroying the earth for no particular reason. Have this case that you can display, I guess. Yeah, that was just like knock everything over to get that. This here, when we got this was on PS3. This is what we got. We got a case, and in here we got this. This is what you got. But at least they gave us something. At least it was a pin. There was a physical one later, I think on the Wii or something. I don't remember, but I never got it. So all I ever got was the no disc, digital content only, must have internet connection. Yeah, that's what we got with that game. I'm really bummed I didn't get that physically somehow. Sad. My favorite type of talk, Capcom. Banky Aoshi, what's up, Banky? Welcome. How you doing? How you doing, Banky?
That would translate to a big tunga to madre.
Pretty much. Let's see here.
There's a link for the Gachapon. Thank you, Matthew.
Yep, there's the Gachapon link. We're gonna do that next before we read the last two here. That woo translates to a big chinga tu madre. I'm still laughing at that. Let's see here. Oh boy, a pin. I'm so happy. At least it's fitting. Feels so like something Scrooge McDuck would do. That's funny. Let's see here. What are we talking about? Pokemon pre-orders. Let's see here. Randrick says, hell, those ultra pricey collector edition like God of War doesn't even come with the disc. I know, right? It's like mind-blowing. I don't understand that. I don't get it. Alright, well, it's time for the Gachapon giveaway. We're going to do the Gachapon giveaway. If you entered the link, it's up above. If you haven't, you have like less than a minute to do so. It's at the top of the chat. We're going to do it right now. Jesse's going to get ready to do that. And we're going to give that away right now. And then I'll announce the video game giveaway winner at the end of the show. One winner. I'm complaining about pre-orders nowadays. Ah, gotcha. So they do the same thing with Pokemon, huh? Let's see. Here's a new Genesis clamshell. Minus the cart. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Let's see here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I think these game companies hate us old school gamers. They want us to shut up and play. Pretty much, yeah. Be complacent. Just buy. Just buy. Alright, there we go. Are you ready? Alright. The Gachapon giveaway winner is... Who is that?
Matthew Roach.
Matthew! Matthew, you are the winner of the Gachapon giveaway. Matthew, you know the rules. For everyone else, basically the way it works is we have 4 coins. You pick a number corresponding to that coin, and whatever coin comes out is the prize that you get.
Unless he wants to do the wheel.
Yeah, you can do the Wheel of Death because you're SaruPro Elite. So you could do, if you don't want to do Gachapon, right there, you can do the wheel. The wheel! And Matthew Roach is SaruPro Elite. They get their choice of Gachapon or wheel. Wheel of Death.
Let's do the wheel.
Let's do the wheel. Alright. You set up all that Gachapons.
It's okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Let me point it down a little more so you can see that wheel better. There we are. Excuse me. Alright, Matthew chose the wheel. Here we go. Good luck, Matthew. Saru Charm. You get to pick whichever Saru Charm you want from the Saru store. Though I believe Matthew Roach might have every charm, so you can pick pretty much whatever you want. Do you want to pick a different item, or do you want to spin again? Because I think Matthew, I think he owns like every.
Yeah.
I think he owns every charm we've ever made. I want to say he has all of them, except before he was here, probably.
Spin again.
Spin again. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hopefully it doesn't land on a charm. I think like 3 of them are the charm though, so it might land on charm again. Big prize! There we go. Nice. Alright. But yeah, there was like 3 of them said, 3 of them have Saru Charm on there, so I was like, is it gonna land on charm again? It might. There was a good chance, the odds were very good that it could have landed on charm. Alright, very cool. We're gonna get the box of stuff. Every day we do one of these giveaways, guys, by the way. So, just in case you're new, if you're new here, we do, every week we do a video game giveaway. We do one of these Gachapon or box giveaways. And sometimes we do charm giveaways, depending on when we get extra donations for whatever charm we're doing. We'll do that. We will do. Cool. Alright, Jesse's. Oh, I forgot we got milk is. Mine. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look in the box. The box has lots of stuff. Item number 1 is this Blood of a Saiyan Dragon Ball figure. He's like, We've got this Mega Man thing. I don't know what it is. One of those pixel whatevers. We got this collection of carts here. You can pick one. I think someone already picked one.
Yeah.
Super Mario 3. And these are all die-cast Hot Wheels Nintendo, Mario branded. This one's my favorite right here. Cars. All of the Nintendo cars. They're heavy too. Oh, I love this one too. This one is actually this one's my favorite. And then the other ones. We've got this collection of watch straps. I don't know what watch straps and watch right here. A digital Mario watch with removable strappies. We got a collection of Evangelion towelettes. You got Asuka, Rei, and a bag to put your tampons. We've got shirts, a couple shirts. This one is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirt in microscopic size. This probably wouldn't even fit over my leg, but smells like new. Smells like factory. We've got this PlayStation shirt in, what size is this? Medium. So at least this one is a little bigger. And then we've got these guys here. This is a Q Posket Snape. One of these things. Sweet Teeny Bell.
You show this already?
Yeah. This weird collection of Sakura Wars, whatever these are. I'm not sure what they are. Miniatures. This thing is old. Was this from Nakano? Nakano Broadway? This was from Nakano Broadway in like 2017 or something like that. But this is actually, it's from like, it was made in like 1996, I think. They're old. Super old. And then I think, Matthew, you already have this one, right? Ranmam. It's Ranmam. Alright, so you get to pick. You get to pick which one of these things you want. So we have all of these toys. Such toys. All of the toys. You pick a thing.
Sakura Wars.
Sakura Wars. Alright. Let me just put all the shit away. There it is. Alright, so he picks this thing right here. The Sakura Wars little chibi things. They're so cute. It's still sealed too. It's like barely holding on together though. It's like shrink wrapped 30 years ago. But very cool. Thank you for playing. Randrick says, great choice, Matthew. Yes. Let's see here. Randrick says, there's so many toys and shits Mario Brothers related now. I was at Toys R Us the other day and saw Mario 3 airship playset with figures and all. I know, isn't that crazy? That's why it's like, when we go and find stuff, it's like, oh, this will be cool to throw in the giveaway, because it's very easy to just go and like find that stuff to throw in the box. So much Mario shit. A lot of Mario shit. Very cool. Alright, moving on. For those of you just coming in, last week we talked about what was with the possibility of Capcom vs SNK 3 looming. What would you like to see? Oh, Matthew wrote the $40 donation. He says, let's put I'm Borderline and Sweet's name down and include the charm in their boxes. Very cool. Thank you so much. That's perfect. Yeah, we'll put those in their boxes. Jesse's gonna go ahead and write those names down. Look at this. It's getting all, it's drying out. All weird. Is it? Oh, okay. Looking gross. That's looking gross. Very cool. Thank you so much, Matthew. I really appreciate it. That will go to I'm Borderline. I'm Borderline has so many like charms coming from you. I think this next batch, more than half of the next batch that's coming, he's gonna get a charm from Matthew, I believe. If I remember correctly, I saw your name on a lot of them for I'm Borderline. CBL says Sakura-san, Sakura-san. Gachi gachi. I love that commercial. It's so funny. It's so funny. They redo that whole bit in Project X Zone too. I died. I died. I was like, oh no, they're doing the commercial bit. It's great. Yes, I want some. Jesse opened a can of Milkus.
Don't try.
Milkus.
Just look.
Just look.
Just sniff.
Sniff. Just remember.
Just remember.
No touch.
No touch.
Only remember. God, those are good. Those are so good because they taste like the melon sodas, but they're like just a little bit creamier. Like the cream melon soda. You know, in Osaka they have those cream melon sodas. That tastes like that.
It does.
They're good.
So,
Yeah, Project X Zone had me. Yeah, it was hilarious. I couldn't believe they did that bit. I was like, I wonder how many people understood that, right? Or how many people got that. Obviously, people in Japan did, but like, I wonder how many people here got that reference for it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Oh, Mackenzie, thank you. He says, just a small tip for you tonight, Saru and Jesse streaming Star Fox Adventures earlier this week. I love hanging out with you guys. You guys rock. Very cool. Thank you, Mackenzie. He's gonna continue Star Fox Adventures next week as well. He was gonna flip like game and then like Pokemon stuff, but he wants to finish that game on stream, right? Is that what you want to do? You want to finish it? So next Wednesday, there it is. Thank you so much, Mackenzie, for that. Yeah, so next Wednesday, he's going to play Star Fox Adventures on Twitch. So if you aren't already following, Matthew Roach just posted the link. Thank you so much, Matthew. There it is. It's Panda Plays. Panda 64 Plays. Panda 64 is, of course, Panda McFluffs. Panda McFluffs. Formerly Panda McFluffs is now Panda 64. I still want to call him Panda McFluffs because it's in my brain. But yes, that is his Twitch link. Make sure you join or follow. He's already hit 50 followers in only 2 streams, you guys. So thank you very much to all of the Saru crew that followed him, because it's awesome. He's already at 51 followers for it. And
just 2 more hours.
he needs to stream for 5 more days?
Yeah, 5 more days.
5 more days this month to get it.
And I'm done with everything.
He's meet all the other requirements for affiliate. And then what? You can add icons and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And then he can add icons. He can have like little panda emojis. We should make him... I'll make him an animated one. It'll be cute to have an animated panda emoji. Let's see here. Voy a seguir a Panda 64 ahora, dices Shangri-La. Gracias. Te lo agradezco mucho. También Panda te lo agradece. Now you'll be at 52 followers.
Icons and like
yeah,
points.
Which is cool. But yeah, he's only streamed like 3 times. I feel like his channel does have a potential to grow because he's going to be playing a lot of Nintendo stuff and Pokemon.
Just Nintendo.
So just Nintendo. Pokemon, Nintendo. So it might be good. It might be good. Maybe he'll become the stream star, and then I can just I can live off of his earnings. Or we can at least buy snacks with it. Japan almost always gets the cooler stuff. It's not fair. Twitch says, Jesse, you didn't meet our requirements. This is final. This message will now self-destruct. All right. Where was I at? Number 11. Number 11 comes to us from Matthew Roach. Matthew Roach says, I'm excited for the possibility of a revival of SNK vs. Capcom as long as it does it correctly and does not have the look of Street Fighter V. I would love to see a vast roster of characters from Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown, etc. On the SNK side, while on the Capcom side, it would have Red Earth, Darkstalkers, and Street Fighter, etc. Man, that would be cool, right? To have like Red Earth characters. Why is it so loud all of a sudden? Where is it? Can you lower it? Did it get louder? Sarah will need to catch up to Panda 64 Plays by playing Minecraft and Fortnite. No, there will be no catching up. I will continue to play the weird, random, niche stuff that I play. I will continue to play the random Japanese retro stuff. Because that's for me, that's fun. It's fun to do. Oh gosh, please no, says Randrick. Yeah, no. I will continue to stick to retro. Like 90% retro. The only time I play on the Switch is if I'm playing like Melty Blood or a fighting game. something that was retro, right? Like Kiki Kai Kai, the new Pocky Rocky Reshrined, stuff like that. Ninja Warriors. That's the only time I'll play like modern console is if I'm playing a franchise that was from a retro time.
Sorry.
After all, the channel is called Saru Retro, so I'm going to stick to retro. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be cool though if Panda does get a bunch of followers. I imagine he's gonna get a whole like new set of people because of what he plays compared to what I play. You know, because they're kind of, in my opinion, they're very different audiences. So he might actually get a chance to get like younger audiences too, which is good. Let's see here. So Matthew was saying that he would like to see Red Earth characters in a new Capcom versus SNK game, which I think is super interesting. It would be totally cool to get characters from Red Earth. More Darkstalkers characters, that would be nice. And then Street Fighter characters. I'm surprised, like, Capcom vs SNK had, like, characters like Eagle. Like, Eagle was in it. He's, like, a Street Fighter 1 character. And a total daddy. Let's see. More Art of Fighting. Yeah, more Art of Fighting would be nice, too. If they ever did do one. More Art of Fighting characters would be cool. Like, Kasumi Toto would be cool. Trying to think. Who else? In Art of Fighting, because they got like most of the important ones, right? Like Ryo is in it, and is Takuma in it? I don't remember. King is in it. Like a lot of the important Art of Fighting characters are already in it, right? Wait, is Kasumi in it already? No, she's not, right? Shit, I don't remember. It's time to play Capcom vs SNK 2 again. I don't remember the roster because I always stuck to like certain characters. No Fortnite. I'm scared of Fortnite, says Mackenzie. I'd rather play with crappy LCD games from the dollar store than touch Fortnite. That's funny. The fat kid from Art of Fighting 3. Yes, he is an essential character. Actually, Art of Fighting 3 had some cool characters. Beautifully animated, too. There was that one girl in Art of Fighting 3. She looked cool. And that's actually the game Kasumi comes from, is the third Art of Fighting game. Kasumi Toto comes from Art of Fighting 3 originally. Very cool. Alright, the last one comes to us from Randrick. Randrick says, I really don't know much about fighting games, and that includes SNK versus Capcom. So I'm going to have to pull a Cybergirl and just say, I don't play fighting games. Cybergirl. I mean Randrick. Very cool. That was very fitting of a Cybergirl answer. Though Cybergirl actually did answer this week. What did she say?
Mouthful.
Yeah. Cybergirl said, I would give it a 50-50 chance. I would say the main character from the DS game Ghost Trick. So not only did Cybergirl actually answer, she answered with an obscure Capcom game, which is interesting. Let's see here. Hey, Saru, I doubt Capcom will ever do it, but it would be cool if they put some of the characters from Power Stone in Capcom vs SNK 3. It would be cool if they just gave us a new fucking Power Stone. Like, give us a new Power Stone. Why is that so hard? I don't understand. Like, there's 3D shit. They own the IP. It's not like they have to license shit to do it. Give us a new Power Stone. Just give us a new one. Give us meth. This is face. Give us all the meth. All of it. I want all the nose candy too. Meth. Ooh, meth. But yeah, seriously. They need to give us a new Power Stone. I would love a new Power Stone. Man. That would be a good question for SARUSHOW, right? Like what... Did we already talk about what we did talk about what SNK neo-geo games we would like to see revived. I think a good topic would be what SNK franchises we would like to see revived. Or give me your ideas, you guys. What should we talk about topic-wise? Usually I'll pick something that's happening. Sometimes I'll go with your guys' ideas in the Discord. So if you guys have any ideas for what you want to see on SARUSHOW and we can talk about it, that you think would be a good subject to talk about, let me know. It's been a while since I've taken any user suggestions, but usually we'll go about like what's going on in video game news and media, right? Like we got We did one about a Lest. That was you guys' suggestion, actually. Last week we did one about Compile, not a Lest, but we did one about Compile games. You guys suggested Compile as the developer we talked about. We did that, and we also did Sunsoft because Sunsoft had recently done their whole press thing and talked about new games that they were releasing. We talked about a bunch of Sunsoft games that we would like to see re-released or remastered. So that would be cool. Maybe we can do some sort of what Capcom IPs we would like to see revisited, right? Like Power Stone, Cannon Spike, a number of games, Son, whatever. You can go as far back as you want with that. More Bionic Commandos, whatever. I think that would be a cool subject. But let me know, you guys. X, what's up? He says Power Stone would kill it in today's age. I agree. I don't understand why Capcom doesn't just give us a new Power Stone. I feel the same way. I feel like it would do really well. Let's see here. Mackenzie says, Capcom, can we please have a new Power Stone? Capcom, I don't know about that. Please try asking again. New Power Stone, and keep the name Fokker this time. Fokker. Good old Fokker. That's so funny. I can understand why they would change his name, but I always found that funny. Because I always had the Japanese one, right? We used to always make fun of Fokker. It was like, Fokker.
A new Dino Crisis game would be great.
Yeah, a new Dino Crisis game would be awesome. So yeah, maybe that would be a good subject. A good SARUSHOW question. We should definitely write that down as a SARUSHOW question. Would be Capcom. What Capcom IPs would we like to see revived? They dropped the ball with the new Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. Oh my god! I didn't like that at all. I didn't like it. I didn't like the look of it. I didn't like the gameplay. I didn't like how it was hard just to be hard for hard's sake. You know what I mean? Like, at least the other Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, they were hard but still fair. Even the PSP one. And the PSP one was fucking hard. I still found the PSP one fair. I found the new Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, whatever the new one, Resurrection. I found that game was one of those Super Meat Boy games where it just, your focus is just finding out ways not to die, right? To me it loses the fun of playing the game. Yes, part of it is being a hard game, but I also felt like it was also very tactful to make a game that was hard yet also fun. And I believe Ghouls and Ghosts Resurrection failed with that. I think they just went for just doing it hard and only hard and not fun. And I believe they failed. I believe it's a huge fail. Also, it looks like shit. It looks like absolute shit. It looks like a phone game. The new one is so stupid, says Shangri-La. Sorry, did you see the new Joe and Mac game? Another crappy Flash/cel shaded 2D art style game. Yeah, I did. It looks kind of crap.
I still want to play it.
Yeah, it looks kind of gross, but we'll see. I guess gameplay will probably matter, but it looks like ass. I don't like how it looks either. Sorry, which was more disappointing, the new Ghost and Goblins or ActRaiser? I was pretty disappointed by both, really. Ooh. I'm going to say the new Ghosts and Goblins was more disappointing than ActRaiser. Because I still felt like ActRaiser was fun to some extent. I believe they killed it with the whole tower defense thing. I don't like that. They should have just kept it simulation, like how the original game. I absolutely love the original ActRaiser. It's one of my favorite games of all time on the Super Nintendo. If it was a more fun game to stream, I would stream it. But I absolutely love the original ActRaiser. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. But X says ActRaiser was the worst than GG. Yeah, I think that's I don't know. And more my personal opinion than anything with that one. And probably because I have such an affinity for the original game that tend to look at the new ActRaiser favorably. I honestly hate both of them. I really don't like either one. But I did enjoy the new ActRaiser more than I enjoyed the new Ghouls and Ghosts game. At least the music was done by Yuzo Koshiro and it played okay. Yeah, it played alright. It played okay. But, yeah, the excessive tower defense killed it for me. But I still liked it. And I enjoyed it more than I did the new Ghouls and Ghosts. That's my personal opinion, though. But yeah, the tower defense was fucking awful. Yeah, too much of it. They killed the game. The flow was just killed by it. And I just didn't like it. Let's see here. Oh, we got a couple more chatters here. Daniel says, with the success of Streets of Rage 4 and TMNT Shredder's Revenge, Capcom needs to do a Final Fight 4. Yes! Actually, they need to do a Final Fight 4. 100% agree with you on that. But yeah, we should do that. Maybe we'll do next week's thing. Is what Capcom games do you want to see a revival or a remake or something? Right. Yeah, we'll do that as next week's question. Or next show's question. Next week we're not doing one. Jesse's birthday is on... Well, Jesse's birthday is on Saturday. He's going to stream on Saturday, but we're not going to do the Saturday show because we're going to be out eating Korean barbecue on Saturday with some friends that we haven't seen in a while. So we're going to hang out with them. We're going to hang out... Some of you guys know Crazy Cubano. The other person sometimes is in our Discord as Premises X, I think, or Premises 7X, or Premises X7. I don't know. He's rarely in our Discord, but sometimes George, our friend George. Premises. We're all going to go out and eat Korean barbecue. A new Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, please. Yeah, that would be cool. I would just like them to make a collection of all of those licensed ones, right? Like The Punisher, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, Alien vs. Predator. Any of those licensed beat-em-ups would be freaking cool. Let's see here. They need to stop... Sorry, which was more disappointing? The new Ghouls and Ghosts and ActRaiser? Okay, Randrick said they need to stop using these awful Flash art style games and embrace pixel arts like the old times. ActRaiser was better, says Randrick. Let's see here. The story too, oh boy, it was boring. We need new Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em up. That would be cool. A new Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em up would be amazing. Mackenzie says, I'm surprised Capcom never bothered releasing the newer Bionic Commando games on the Switch that was released from the start of the PS4's life. Anyone familiar with the one I'm talking about? Yes! They were alright. Yeah, for reals. Why not? They could have totally... I don't know. Capcom doesn't like money, I guess, when it comes to, like, stuff. I'm guessing it's more of a risk, too, because I'm the resources that it would cost to put something like that together versus what they would actually get is probably something that they're considering also. So, I mean, like, companies aren't stupid, right? Like, I mean, some of them are, but I think that's one of the biggest things when it comes to re-releasing something that's old is the risk of people not buying it, because that was what Capcom cried about for the longest time when they released that Darkstalkers collection, because everyone wanted a new Darkstalkers game, and then they were like, okay, well, if this one sells good, you'll get your new Darkstalkers game. But then they released one and then didn't market it at all. There was like no marketing for it, so no one knew that the game was even fucking out. And it's like, how are people going to play this game, Capcom, if you're not telling them that this game is out and it's a thing? So I feel like they just didn't want to, and then they were like, here, we're going to do this to placate all the people who have been asking us for this, and now we did it, and now they can shut the fuck up, kind of thing. And I think that's what happened with that Darkstalkers collection. Matthew says, rival schools characters in Capcom vs. SNK would be great. I think who was the character? Was it Kyosuke? I think Kyosuke was the only rival schools character that was in Capcom vs. SNK. Which is weird, right? Like, they always seem to pick, like, a random character. Even though Kyosuke is a favorite. Not my favorite, but he is a favorite. But it would have been cool to have, like, the other main characters. What about Batsu and Hinata, right? Like, I feel like even if they had gone with Batsu might have been a better choice because he's the main character, or Hinata because she's pretty much a Sakura type character. I feel like development would have been easier if they wanted to add like Hinata in another game. But I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. Let's see here. New Cadillacs. This hurts inside, but I can't help it. Capcom, if possible, bring a new Mega Man Legends game. Mega Man Legends 3 cancellation on 3DS crushed my heart. That's never going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think Capcom will ever do that. Batsu and Hinata might be a bit too close to the other Shoto. Yeah, that's true. Because like Hinata is pretty much Sakura, and you know, Batsu is pretty much any of the other characters. You know, your Ryu and Gens or whatever. So yeah, I guess that would make sense. Kyosuke is the most unique one. But even more reason to put them in, because I feel like they would have been like really similar, right? But I guess that would have also introduced all sorts of balance issues that they might not have wanted to have dealt with as well when making those Shoto type characters. So maybe that was a thing. But any of the sport-based characters would be good, right? Like, what was his name? Ryoma? Was it Ryoma, the guy with the bat? He would have been cool. I really liked him. Ryoma was cool. Or Momo. Momo was the tennis girl, right? Tennis racket girl. She was cool. Was it Ryoma or was it Shoma? I don't remember. His name was either Ryoma or Shoma. I don't... Maybe one of you guys can correct me really quick on what his name was, because I don't remember. But I like him. I liked Baseball Boy. Baseball Boy. But, yeah, I agree. Shangri-La says, if Switch can run Crisis, it can run anything. Yeah, baby. Alright. Did I read out all of them already? That was Matthew last?
Randrick.
Randrick. Yeah, Randrick was the last one. Very cool. Alright, how long have we been at it? 1 hour and 19 minutes.
You can stream.
Yeah, we can stream, since this show ran a little short. So, yeah, make sure to answer. Is that next week's question? What is this?
No, that's the Gleam.
Oh, okay.
I already have it right here.
Oh, okay.
I wanted you to do it.
To type it out?
Yep.
Alright, let's see. We will say, which Capcom game / IP
Buster Bros going up against M. Bison.
That would be so funny, right? See, revived. Boom. There we are. All right, I just did next week's question.
Hit save.
And that's going to be for 2 weeks from now. We will talk about that. But I feel like some sort of like gaming news is going to happen, and we could have had a show about that. But we'll see. I don't know. But I think that's a good one. We can do what Capcom blah blah.
We can do this on Sunday too.
SARUSHOW?
Yeah.
No, but it's like traditionally on Saturday. So, if we can't do it on Saturday, I just like to push it to the next Saturday. I don't like to do SARUSHOW on any other day.
If something news comes out, we can just say, you don't have to do SARUSHOW. You can just do this question, like a bonus question.
Oh yeah, maybe. Let's see here, Buster Bros. Like X68K Mini coming out news. Yeah, but I don't know how. Like that's gonna make for a short show, because if we make a question about that, what are we gonna get? Like 6 answers? We got 11 answers this week, which is not as many as we normally get, and we talked about a big game. So I feel like it would make for a short show. So I feel like subjects that involve games that people like and people know make for more entertaining shows, because the discussion lasts longer.
Pokemon. I'm just kidding.
The discussion tends to be more engaging. So X68K news, X68K Mini is really up my alley in terms of what I would love to talk about. But I want it to be inclusive, and I just feel like not enough people know enough about the X68K to have a show about it. But I'm excited for that for sure. I wonder when that's going to be a thing. Let's see here. Rumel says, would like to see Ultra Street Fighter 4 on the Switch. Got Super Street Fighter 4 on 3DS and KOF. What is that? 11 and I'm sorry, 12 and 13? 11 and 12? I don't know my Roman numerals. Batsu and Hinata. I already read that. Not just Capcom, but so many game companies are sitting on gold mines for new games they can release for all the IPs they own. Throws my fist up in the air at Nintendo and Sega. Throws my fist up in the air. Next week's question: what is your favorite Rugrats game? No. All right, is that the link for it right there?
Yep.
All right, the new link is already up for next week's question. Well, not next week's, but you know what I mean. Next show's question, and it's about what Capcom IPs do you want to see revived. And speaking of which, I don't know. Should I do a charm? I guess we can continue this one. I might not do a charm. I'll continue this one. We'll continue this one on that day, on that Saturday. But anyhow, I guess we can go ahead and stream. Actually, I have work to do tonight, so we're not gonna stream. I think we're gonna skip to doing a stream tonight, or maybe do a really short stream. Does anyone want to do a Twitch stream? Do you guys want to do a short one? I can do maybe an hour. Anyone want to join us for a Twitch stream tonight? Usually I like to do one right after this show on Twitch if the show runs short. But yeah, maybe we can do an hour.
If we're up for it. Sorry.
We can do an hour of random. How are your eyes doing today? They're good. They're better. That day we went out again today. The air quality is still shit. We went out again. It's just we have to do things, you know. We gotta do things outside. People are like, don't go outside, your eyeballs will explode. But we're fine today. We went out on the day that it was the worst, and I think that's why our eyes were all flipping out. Salud. Twitch stream. The fate of the universe depends on you streaming, Saru. Okay then, we will do a stream. Alright, you guys, let me link the stream. Or actually, Matthew, can you link the Twitch stream really quick? And in the meantime, next Saturday, Vegas on fire, but Saru and Panda goes out for Korean barbecue. Yeah, I don't know why the air quality is so bad. I guess maybe, I don't know, California brush fires maybe. But the air quality has been really bad here for some reason.
Thank you, Matthew.
Which is not normally an issue. Alright, there's a link to the Twitch channel on the chat, so make sure you click on it. It's twitch.tv/SaruRetro. We're going to play some classics on the Polymega. We'll play some Capcom games. We'll play some SNK games. We can't play Capcom vs SNK, though, because I don't have my Dreamcast hooked up. I have my Polymega hooked up, and I don't want to fuck with it. So we're just going to play different Capcom games and different SNK games. Maybe some King of Fighters or something. I'll start with the KOF game tonight. But anyhow, guys, we'll see you over there on Twitchland. We will start in like 5 minutes. We'll get going over there. What time is it? 10:09. So I like 10:15 or whatever time zone. 15 after. About 5 or 6 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll start over on the Twitch. On the Twitch, I just gotta go take a leak, and then we can get ready. All right, you guys, I really appreciate everyone stopping in here tonight. It was really good. Thank you, everyone, for the donations. We are going to continue this charm on the Capcom show next week to give people a chance. So there's a lot of regulars who are not here today as well, so this will also give people who missed pre-ordering this charm, it'll give them a chance to get it. So we'll bring this back next show, and it'll be very fitting since we're talking about Capcom. To me, Chun-Li is a good representation of that. But anyway, guys, thanks everyone for stopping in here tonight, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.